This presentation will discuss how backward design was used to create a Stage 3 music unit, which links to the students' concurrent study of the planets in science and technology. The unit was designed using backward mapping, as described by Grant Wiggins and Jay McTeague. The first step is to identify the desired results, or what is it that the students should know, understand, and be able to do at the end of the unit. The second step is to ask what evidence can demonstrate that students know, understand, and are able to do what we want them to learn. This does not simply mean a summative assessment, but can include assessments such as observation, student reflection, discussion, and peer review. The final step is to determine what prior knowledge, skills, learning activities, teaching strategies, and resources are the most appropriate to get students to learn what you want them to learn, and how will instruction be designed so that formative feedback assists students in attaining the desired results. Students will engage in an authentic assessment task using Listen, Compose, Perform, as described by Roy et al., to engage in student-led improvisation, experimentation, and graphic notation. Students will explore how variation in dynamics, expression, and tempo can capture an intended mood, and use formative feedback via discussion, reflection, and peer review to collaboratively refine their product and develop deep and lasting understandings about how to create and communicate their musical intentions. Students will be working on two music outcomes, MUS 3.2, Improvise, Experiment, Selects, Combines, and Orders sound using musical concepts, and MUS 3.3, Notates and discusses own work and the work of others. Assessment, as discussed by Kavanja, is included throughout the unit to provide formative feedback so that students meet the desired learning goals. The teacher uses observation throughout the unit, both as diagnostic and formative assessment. As some students have more experience with music outside of school, the teacher's observations from the start to the end of the unit will illustrate student growth, ensuring students with less musical experience receive the feedback needed to meet the learning goals, and that students with more musical experience are extended if they have mastered the learning objectives. Discussion and questioning is used at the end of each lesson so that students can explain their understandings and their reasoning, allowing the teacher to correct any misconceptions, for students to learn from their peers, and for the teacher to adjust their instruction if needed. Peer review of graphic notation ensures that it contains the required elements of pitch, rhythm, and structure. Students will have differing levels of musical knowledge, and traditional notation is not required to meet the learning objectives. Peer review requires students to critically evaluate their peers' work to be sure that it contains the required elements and allows students to see that music can be communicated in various and creative ways. A digital recording and self-reflection is used as a summative task, with students recording their composition to match their graphic notation and writing a reflection on how they experimented and improvised, their intentions, effort, achievement, and improvement throughout the unit.
Created using Powtoon.